I don't think we truly understand the love that God has for us. I don't think, and you're saying, no, preacher, I understand the love that God has for me in my life. He's brought me through some things. I don't think you understand the level of love that God has for us. In Kansas, I was called to be on jury duty. Isn't that the piece of mail that everybody hates to get? From the court, and you open it up and you're like, this ain't good. Either I got a traffic violation from a stop sign or I'm getting called to be on a jury. Either one is not good. So then you open it up and it said, Jeremiah, you've been selected to sit on the jury. This is the jury. You need to be here, blah, 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 blah. Crap. Man, this stinks, but let's go pay my dues to be a free American. So I went and sat on this jury. Turned in to be, I had to sit on a grand jury, got picked for that. And this man, for this trial, and I need to describe him in a way that you can see him in your head. He wasn't nice. His hair was long, it was matted, it was black, it was dark, greasy. The hygiene wasn't there. He didn't look like he brushed his teeth. This guy, he just looked crazy. There was no life in his eyes. So they told us of everything that this man did. And it was things that was unspeakable. Just the motives that this guy had and the reasons that he was there. This man cursed the judge, cursed the jury, cursed everybody in the courtroom. He was mad. I think he was demonic possessed. And I say that truthfully. And he'd look at the judge and he'd just start calling him these names and screaming at him. Spit just flying everywhere. I want you to get the visual of this man. It's crazy. He's shackled. And if he wasn't shackled, you'd probably be scared to be in the room with him. So day one goes on and this guy, he's just, his lawyer's trying to plead the case and you can't make a plead for this case. You just can't. Day two goes by. The same thing. We're just trying to plead for this guy and you cannot make a plea for this guy. Day three goes on. The jury we have to make a decision. So what do we decide? Well, he's guilty. All the evidence is there. The physical evidence is there that he is guilty without a reason of doubt. Beyond any capability, it's there. Day four comes along. It's something I'll never forget. The judge steps down and he walks to this man. And this man is screaming at him. And he just walks up and he takes his robe off. And I'm like, what is this guy doing? What's he doing? So he takes his robe off and he goes, that's yours. I want to take your place. Now you probably caught on, it's not really a real story. But that's exactly what God did for us. God stepped down from heaven. And this is not in my notes. Somebody needs to hear this. God stepped down from heaven. And we were that person that was screaming at God, cursing God. Yeah, we say we're not bad, but if you're not for God, you're against God. And if you're against God, that makes you bad. Right? You could be the best person on earth, but if you're not saved by grace, guess what? You're going to hell. But Jesus came down. He took off his robe because he was in heaven. He took off his royal robes. And he goes, that's yours. I don't think you understand the love that God has for us. That the earth was God's footstool. That God would take his feet. He would step down onto earth as a baby in a manger. If you don't think God's motives weren't for the right reasons to save humanity, God could have just said what he said to Noah, I just want to wipe everybody out. There's nobody righteous. I can't stand the people that I've created. But yet he found favor in Noah, so he spared him. And then he found favor in us, so he sent us a son. I don't think you understand the love that God has for us. Who in their right mind would want to trade places for somebody that would curse them, somebody that would spit at them, somebody that would just not have they'd have all the wrong motives? That's exactly what Jesus did as He walked this earth. As He was on trial, people spit at Him, mocked Him, abused Him. I don't think we understand the love that God has for us. And if we can't get our thoughts right, and if we can't get our words right, our motives are going to follow. And I don't understand why we are the way we are. And I don't understand how God can love us the way He loves us. God loved us so much that He sent His Son. I don't know anybody in here that'd be willing to sacrifice their own child. You do anything to keep them alive. Yet God's grace, God's love did just that.